Do you know which diseases are the most fatal in the world and how to avoid them? Our world is brimming with countless diseases, but some are far more lethal than others. These health adversaries can lead to severe illness, and in worst-case scenarios, even death, especially when not treated promptly. We'll be exploring some of these fatal diseases, namely COVID-19, a respiratory illness that has gripped the globe; malaria, a mosquito-borne disease affecting millions each year; tuberculosis, a bacterial lung infection; HIV/AIDS, a chronic disease attacking the immune system; Ebola, a highly contagious and fatal viral fever; measles, a once major cause of death among children; and yellow fever, a viral infection transmitted through mosquito bites. Each of these diseases carries its own unique set of challenges and risks, but there are ways to protect yourself. Stay tuned to learn more about these diseases and how you can protect yourself. First on our list is COVID-19, a highly infectious respiratory disease. It's caused by a pesky little virus known as SARS-CoV-2. And let me tell you, this virus doesn't play around. It can spread through respiratory droplets that are produced when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or even just chats away. The symptoms can range from mild, like a common cold, to severe, leading to hospitalization and in some cases even death. So how do we dodge this invisible enemy? Well, it's simple. First and foremost, get vaccinated and boosted. It's your best armor against the virus. Next, mask up in public indoor settings. It not only protects you, but also those around you. Social distancing is key too. Try to keep at least 6 feet away from others, especially if they're not part of your household. Lastly, wash your hands frequently. Remember, a little soap and water can go a long way. Remember, prevention is better than cure, especially when it comes to COVID-19. Moving on to malaria, a deadly mosquito-borne disease. This illness stems from a parasite called Plasmodium, which infects red blood cells. It's a common affliction in tropical and subtropical regions, causing millions of deaths annually. The symptoms can range from mild to severe, the most severe cases often resulting in death. Now you might ask, how can we prevent malaria? One effective method is by using mosquito repellents, which deter these annoying insects from feasting on your blood. Wearing long sleeves and pants can also provide a physical barrier against their bites. If you're in an area with a high risk of malaria, consider staying in accommodations with screened windows and doors. And of course, if you're planning to travel to a high-risk area, taking anti-malarial medication is a must. In the fight against malaria, remember that prevention is your best weapon. Protect yourself from mosquitoes to avoid catching this deadly disease. Scene script. Next up are tuberculosis and HIV/AIDS, 2 diseases that can lie dormant in the body for years. Let's start with tuberculosis, often referred to as TB. This bacterial infection primarily impacts the lungs. It's airborne, meaning it spreads through the air when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Now, TB can be latent, which means it can stay inactive in the body for years. However, if it becomes active, it can cause severe illness and even death. Symptoms include a persistent cough, fever, night sweats, and unexplained weight loss. So how do we prevent TB? Vaccination is a powerful tool, especially if you live in or are traveling to areas with a high risk of TB. Keeping a safe distance from individuals who are coughing or sneezing is also crucial. And remember, if you're experiencing symptoms like a cough that lasts longer than 2 weeks, it's important to get tested for TB. Moving on to HIV/AIDS, a chronic disease caused by the human immunodeficiency virus, or HIV. This virus attacks the immune system, making it difficult for the body to fight off infections and diseases. When HIV infection reaches its most advanced stage, we refer to it as AIDS, which can be fatal. HIV can be transmitted through unprotected sex, sharing needles, or from mother to child during birth or breastfeeding. Symptoms can include fever, sore throat, rash, and fatigue, but many people may not show symptoms for years. Prevention, again, is key. Using condoms during sex, not sharing needles, and getting tested for HIV regularly are all essential practices. Pregnant individuals should get tested for HIV and take necessary medication to prevent transmission to the baby. Early detection is key in managing these diseases, so regular testing is crucial. Remember, these diseases can be silent killers, lying dormant for years before symptoms appear. Stay vigilant, stay safe, and take care of your health. It's the most valuable thing you have. Finally, we have Ebola, measles, and yellow fever, 3 highly infectious diseases. Beginning with Ebola, this disease is a viral hemorrhagic fever that is highly contagious and can be fatal. It spreads through contact with the bodily fluids of an infected person. The symptoms range from fever and headache to muscle aches, vomiting, and diarrhea. To avoid Ebola, it's crucial to avoid contact with the bodily fluids of infected individuals. Wash hands frequently with soap and water, and wear gloves and other protective gear if caring for someone sick with Ebola. Next up is measles, a highly contagious viral infection that can cause severe complications, such as pneumonia and encephalitis. It spreads through the air when an infected person coughs or sneezes. Measles was once a major cause of death among children, but the number of cases and deaths has significantly reduced worldwide thanks to vaccination. To avoid measles, ensure to get vaccinated. Avoid close contact with people who are sick with measles, and cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing. Last but not least is yellow fever, a viral infection transmitted through the bite of an infected Aedes aegypti mosquito. It causes a range of symptoms including fever, headache, muscle aches, nausea, and in severe cases, jaundice, hence the name yellow fever. To avoid yellow fever, getting vaccinated is the most effective method. Additionally, protecting yourself from mosquito bites, especially in endemic areas, is crucial. This can be done by using mosquito repellents, wearing clothes that cover most of the body, and sleeping under mosquito nets. These diseases can be deadly, but with the right precautions, you can protect yourself and your loved ones. Remember, prevention is always better than cure, and staying informed about these diseases and their prevention methods is the first step towards protection. In conclusion, while these diseases are deadly, they are also preventable. We've touched on the lethal impacts of COVID-19, malaria, tuberculosis, HIV, AIDS, Ebola, measles, and yellow fever. Yet it's important to underscore that through vaccinations, good hygiene, protective measures, and regular health checks, we can greatly reduce the risk. So let's keep these preventive methods at the forefront of our health strategies. Stay informed, stay safe, and remember, prevention is always better than cure.